My fellow Aussies, it is with sadness I see the actions of my fellow countrymen in Australia regarding the coronavirus and its severity. I understand that it is difficult. My family and I have lived through the very worst of it here in New York. We have had over 418,000 cases and over 32,000 deaths. And let's put that into perspective. That is all the residents of Lane Cove Council, Greenwich, Lane Cove, Lindley Point, Longueville, Northwood, Riverview, St Leonards, dead in 4 months, erased from the planet. The total current death toll in the US is the equivalent of wiping out all the residents in Randwick Council. Could you really imagine that and think that would be an acceptable outcome? Chifley, Clovelly, Coogee Beach, Kensington, Kingsford, La Perouse, Little Bay, Malabar, Maroubra Junction, Matraville, Phillip Bay, Port Botany, Randwick and the University of New South Wales. All gone in 4 and 5 months. Even after flattening the curve, we are seeing in New York 7 to 15 COVID deaths a day. That is 300 a month in New York alone. And we have not even had a second wave yet. Florida yesterday have had over 256 COVID deaths in 1 day. Our postcode in Manhattan has only had 62 recorded infections and 0 fatalities. Why? Because we masked up, we social distanced, and we quarantined. We were at the epicenter of this. In our little pocket, we have had 0 deaths. This disease is like a bushfire. It just gets a host and it explodes. You have seen how quickly it takes off over the last few weeks in Australia. As Australians, we know how quickly a fire spreads, the devastation personally and financially that many of you just experienced. This is a bushfire that could be catastrophic if it's not contained. So do the things to contain it and put it out. I get it. The governments do not always get it right, but they are not trying to control you. They protect the health and safety of the population, the food supply chains, the frontline workers, and the healthcare system. If they are not protecting you, you can always vote them out. But do not follow the US's lead on anything. Because what I do not want to see is 40-foot refrigerated containers outside St Vincent's as makeshift morgues because there is nowhere to store the bodies. I've seen it right here in New York City. You need to put ideology and politics aside and band together as a nation, as fellow Aussies, as humans, and do the right thing. You are all in the same boat, so start rowing in the same direction. You do not want to emulate the US in any way, shape or form. So put down your cell phones and stop copying what these Muppets do here. It just makes you look like a goose. You wear a seatbelt in a car, a life jacket on a boat, you put hats on your kids to protect them from the sun. And do these things because you love them. Wearing a mask is showing that you care about the ones you love. You might not get sick from COVID, and great for you if you don't, but you could kill someone else, someone you love. It does not take away any human rights, or is it about any government control. So stop with the bullshit, the conspiracy theories, and come back down to earth for a moment and just do the right thing. It's a responsibility you have as a human being. We have been wearing masks every day for over 5 months to ensure the death toll was not 120, 136,000 or more. By doing this, we've reduced the curve, we've reduced the death. The stats show that masks work, social distancing works. I run with a mask, I work out with a mask. Every time I step out of my apartment in New York, I wear a mask. It's right here. And every day in NYC. My children who are 8, 5 and 3 play with masks on. There is actually no end in sight in NY or the US to when we can go back to a normal life. Sure, it might be inconvenient, but it's better than being dead. But what we do and why we do it is because we care about our fellow New Yorkers, Americans and humans all around the world. Even my 8, 5 and 3-year-old understand why they are doing it. They want to go back to school, play, sports, friends. I mean, they want to do it all. So they are doing what it takes as well. It has been reported that over 850 frontline healthcare professionals in the US have contracted and died of COVID while helping others live. Think about that. They are dead because they contracted the virus while assisting others to stay alive. Don't be one of those people. The Australian government is supporting its citizens remarkably from what I can read. My businesses here were closed immediately in NYC. We received no unemployment, no business assistance of any kind. We spent 100 days homeschooling our kids and working out how to rebuild. It took over 3 months to get a loan to cover the employees' wages for 3 months. And that has been it. Australia really is the lucky country. It is time to be a smart country also. If nothing will change your mind about being responsible or you think this virus is a hoax, then go and get infected and see. But go with all the other non-believers and isolate yourselves all together somewhere and see how you go. But do not ask for any assistance from the public or private hospitals or put any frontline workers at risk because you need medical attention. Just die slowly and painful, as that is your right and maybe what you should accept. If you think you are a bit of a dickhead and you can accept that it's not all about you, but your loved ones, friends, co-workers, you will be forgiven. No one is sending you to war, but we are asking you to do the right thing. So just do the right thing. Follow the laws that are designed to protect everyone. Come together, wear a mask, and you'll be stronger for it. Don't follow the headlines. Search for the facts. So please, wear a mask.